You've been told there are only two types of crosshead screws, Phillips, PH, and Pozidriv, PZ. But then you meet this screw. It looks like a Phillips. Your PH 2-bit fits into it, kinda. That's the Japanese industrial standard, JIS. How do you spot a JIS screw? Look for the dot. On Japanese-made cars, motorcycles, and electronics, a single dimple on the head is a manufacturer's warning. Unfortunately, not all JIS screws have a dot these days. If you are working on equipment of Japanese origin, such as motorcycles, bicycles, cars, or cameras, and a Phillips driver feels loose, it is highly likely a JIS screw, regardless of whether or not it has a dot. Why do they fail together? A Phillips bit is designed with rounded corners at the base. A JIS recess is completely square and shallower. When you put a PH bit into a JIS screw, the bit hits the bottom of the hole before the wings can fully engage. It becomes wobbly, leading to the dreaded cam-out, a phenomenon where the bit physically climbs out of the screw, often reaming the metal as it goes. If you have a JIS screw and no matching screwdriver, you can make a DIY one out of a regular Phillips tool. File down the sharp end of a Phillips screwdriver and you'll end up with a tool that's closer to JIS in shape. Technically, JIS is a Japanese standard, and modern ISO standards overlap with it. In practical tool buying, not that every JIS screw vanished, but many manufacturers moved towards harmonized ISO and DIN style cross-tip geometry and stopped loudly marketing JIS as a separate thing. Meanwhile, Japanese screws, older Japanese equipment, and Japanese-made crosshead fasteners remain out there in huge numbers. So, from 2026 point of view, do not think of JIS as a completely alien screw like Torx. It is still a crosshead system. To the eye, it looks very close to Phillips. Do not think any PH screwdriver is fine. A cheap, worn, badly made PH driver can fit terribly in Japanese cross screws. A good modern PH driver may work perfectly well. This is why some people say JIS is obsolete, because a high-quality modern PH driver made to current standards may fit many JIS-style screws very well. A Japanese/JIS-compatible driver is still a sensible, practical purchase if you work on Japanese gear or electronics, so don't argue with the standard. Test the fit before you strip the screw.